Everything in this universe is energy. Each one of us, we are bundles of energy. Energy does not come as good or evil. It actually comes in high or low. So energy, it can be evaluated as power or force through the intention behind it. So when energy is harnessed with positive intent, such as understanding, compassion, it becomes power. This kind of energy, it uplifts, it inspires, and it transforms. On the other hand, energy becomes force when it is driven by fear, anger, or aggression. Now, force energy, it's coercive, it's manipulative, destructive, often leaving a trail of negativity and resentment. It drains both the sender and the recipient, leading to a cycle of conflict and resistance. Now, Power versus Force is a book by David Hawkins that explores the concept of power, consciousness, and human behavior. The central idea of the book is the difference between power and force in shaping human actions and decisions that are behind our energetic imprint. Now, power is derived from inner strength, understanding, and as well as spiritual enlightenment, leading to positive and transformative actions. In contrast, force, it relies on external control, manipulation, and coercion. Hawkins introduces the map of consciousness, which is a scale that measures human consciousness levels. He based the map on his experience as a psychiatrist and his own personal spiritual journey. He argues that individuals operating at higher levels of consciousness, such as love and enlightenment, they have a more significant impact on the world than those operating at lower levels such as fear, anxiety, stress, and anger. The map of consciousness. The map of consciousness is a hierarchical scale that represents different levels of human consciousness, and as it is shown in this video, each level of consciousness, it corresponds to specific emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, which means it is our energetic imprint. Now the scale, it ranges from 1 to 1000, with 1 being the lowest level of consciousness associated with emotions such as shame, guilt, despair, while 1000, it represents the highest level of enlightenment, love, and spiritual awareness. Now here are some key levels on the map of consciousness along with examples and how they influence our approach to power versus force. Now guilt, it's at level 30 in the map of consciousness. At this level, individuals, they experience a sense of self-blame and remorse. They might be burdened by past mistakes and they find it very difficult to forgive themselves. Fear is at level 100. Now, fear is a common emotion that can stem from various sources such as insecurity, uncertainty, low self-esteem, or physical danger. Fear actually, it can lead people to use force to protect themselves or their self-interests. Now, anger is at level 150. This is a very common emotion. Anger arises from feelings of frustration, injustice, betrayal. While anger can be a powerful motivator, it can also lead to forceful and aggressive behavior if not managed constructively. Now, courage is at 200. Now, courage is a level at level 200. It represents the tipping point between force and power. This is because courageous individuals, they begin to actually empower themselves and others. They take responsibility for their actions and they make positive changes in their lives. Love is at 500. Love in this context, it's unconditional and it encompasses feelings of compassion, understanding, and forgiveness. Those operating from a place of love have a significant influence on others, inspiring others to rise above their lower levels of consciousness. Now, enlightenment is on the level range between 700 to 1000. Now, enlightenment is what most people or everyone desires to attain. Now, this is the pinnacle of the scale because it represents the highest level of a human consciousness. Enlightened individuals, like spiritual leaders, saints, they radiate love, compassion, and wisdom. Their presence alone has a transformative effect on others, leading them towards higher levels of consciousness. As individuals, they move up the scale, they become more empowered and influential. Power in this context, it comes from attaining higher states of consciousness, such as love, peace, and enlightenment. When individuals operate from these levels, they inspire positive change in themselves and in others, fostering understanding, peace, harmony, and cooperation. On the other hand, force, which is associated with lower levels of consciousness like fear, anger, anxiety, they often lead to resistance, conflict, and have negative consequences. So by understanding this scale on the map of consciousness, we gain insights into ourselves, into societies, and also into societies, for instance, a society that is rooted in fear and lack of trust. It contrasts sharply with one that is founded on love and on trust. So our emotions and our thoughts, they directly influence our reality. Negative thoughts and emotions, they affect our bodies, our relationships. It affects the society we live in and the universe at large. Hence, self-awareness is critical. We are obligated to consciously choose thoughts and emotions that uplift life, thereby fostering love, truth, and courage.